this is the outfit of the day. Something simple, light blue top, black shorts, looking bootylicious. Hey sweethearts, it's Nick Venus once again, tapping in. Welcome to my channel. In this video I chose to do something different, so I decided to do a mukbang slash short story time. This is a Taco Bell mukbang. Girl, it is hot as fuck out here too. Like I did not think it was gonna be cooking like this. Freaking barbecuing. It's so fucking hot. Like I'm literally just sweating. This is chicken quesadillas. And girl, something about me, like I love to fucking eat. Like I love to eat. Damn, so good. I hope everybody is having a good, wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous day. So good. So I have a little short story time too. So this was about the guy. Like it's nothing, you know, nothing like big. It's about the guy that was masturbating in front of me in public next to my car. In my previous story times, I talk about the bar, the transgender bar that I used to go to pretty frequently. You know, most of my story times always revolve around that bar. So, damn, I can't even get the story out. This is so good. I haven't ate all day. So, it was a bar that me and my trans homegirls, you know, biological homegirls, we all would go to. And we would play pool and party and drink, you know. And so damn, just so good. So yeah, so in my previous story time I talked about how I used to park in the cut. You know, I used to park in the back streets because every time I parked in the front, you know, the guys they started stalking me and shit, and they knew exactly what type of car I drove. So it started getting so crazy, so I would park in the back street. So yeah, so I would park in the back street. Girl, it's windy. I would park in the back street, and you know, after the bar, I would end up walking to the car by myself. So eventually, what ended up happening is a bunch of men, you know, like eventually started, I don't know, like just started knowing which car I drove, you know, and shit. Like they started stalking me and shit, basically. So, you know, we were drinking, partying, having fun, playing pool. You know, my homegirl, like at one point, she was kind of like my best friend because we used to go everywhere, you know. We hug each other. We're like, bye, you know. She's leaving the bar, and I say bye to my other homegirls and shit. And we're leaving, you know, like the bar's closing. So good. So, as I'm walking to my car, remember I told you guys I park like 3-4 blocks away, like in the cut, in the back streets. So, as I go to my car, there's a creepy ass dude. I mean, this dude was like probably one of the creepiest dudes I've ever fucking seen. Like creepy as shit. And he's just staring at me with like his eyeballs like super wide. Like I'll try to put a picture in here So you could see how this creepy ass dude was staring at me. He didn't say one word. He was just staring at me all creepy with his eyes wide open, waiting next to my car, as they usually do. They somehow know exactly where my car is, and they know exactly what car I drive. So he's just staring there, just creepy, and I'm like talking to him like, oh, excuse me, can I help you? Like, what, like, can I help you? What's the problem, you know? And he didn't say shit. He's just staring at me. So, you know, I'm just like, okay, whatever. He's just staring at me like eyeballs wide open, looking crazy as shit, staring at me, creepy as fuck. I climb in my car, like I was wearing like a I used to wear bodycon short dresses like all the time. Like that was like my go-to thing. Like I literally owned so many of them. And so I just went into my car. As I went into my car, I heard him say something. He started like moaning and saying something like, oh yeah, climb in that car, or some shit like that. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I got in my car, you know. When I got in my car, I just you know, started up the car, and then I looked at him, and he's still just staring at me with his eyes wide open, looking creepy as fuck. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is he just staring at me like that? And he's standing right next to my car door, next to the driver door. I'm just standing there. So then I look down, and this dude has his whole penis out. Like, his whole penis out, standing there looking at me crazy and masturbating, like just jacking off. And I looked down, and I was like, what? Because the whole time I didn't even notice. The whole time I never looked down there. I was looking at his face, and he just kept staring at me all crazy. And then I said something like, I looked at him, I said something like, you wouldn't have done that if I was a biological woman, you know? So then I just fucking started up my car, you know, that I drove. I just went home, you know? I was like, what the fuck? Like, girl, I'm telling you. So many creepy ass people used to go to that bar. The bar, it was so fun, you know, because other trans girls would go there. It's like a place where you could just be yourself, you know? You don't have to, you know, it's just like, and it's just so accepting, and you know, a place you can be yourself. But there was fucking creepy ass dudes. Like, these dudes were just super creepy, you know? Like, they weren't even like, they didn't even approach you on no normal shit. That's annoying. So yeah, like, these guys, they wouldn't even approach you on no like respectful normal shit. They always would approach you on some creepy ass shit. Like, it's never, you know, like me, I'm the type of person, like, if you approach me on some respectful shit, like if you're attractive, you know, and you approach me like, hey, how's it going? What's your name? My name is so and so. You know, like, normal person, then 9 times out of 10 I'll give you a chance. But if you approach me on some bullshit like, hey, you wanna fuck? Hey, you know, if you approach me on some BS like that, I'm automatically just gonna look at you as like this creep, you know, like this creepy ass guy or something. Like that reminds me of one time. It was a guy driving a big ass Saquon Casino charter bus. So he was like a bus driver, right? And it was like I parked in the back streets again, not in the same spot, but in the back street. And I remember I just seen this big ass Saquon Casino bus creeping through the back streets, driving slow as fuck, right? So then I walk this way, and then I walk that way, and I see it creeping through the back streets. So then I walk over this way. Next thing you know, here it is again. It's on the next street over where I'm walking, and it's like almost like they're following me, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I cross the street, and I'm heading to the bar, and sure enough, this big ass Saquon Casino bus, he ends up driving on the main street where the bar is. He parks the big ass motherfucking bus on the main street, puts on the hazards, gets out and runs across the street to me and says, hey, you looking good, you want to hook up? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like, you literally followed me in your big ass bus. Like, this shit was crazy. This dude was a legit bus driver for Saquon, for the casino, and he parked his big ass bus in the middle of the motherfucking street. Excuse me, just to run across the street and ask me, do I want to hook up with him? And so then he approached me off some creepy shit. So of course, you know, he approached me off some creepy shit. So of course I was like, oh, I have a boyfriend, because you didn't approach me properly. Video been going for a minute, 16 minutes. I've been gabbing too much. I always get a Baja Blast. So if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe for future content. And till next time, guys. Peace.